on this Monday morning. Of course, we have Alexanne Stone, and if you have been taking this journey with her and Jen Taylor, you know that we're going to be talking about how to set goals. But much like my quote, not just set the goal and then let it go, but to set the goal and actually have a plan, so that you can accomplish this goal and make 2021 the best year yet, especially coming out of 2020 where there has been struggles, hardships, things we didn't expect. How do you step into 2021 putting your best foot forward, looking through the best lens? So we have Alexanne Stone. She is an NLP professional. She's a life coach, a speaker, an author. Alexanne Stone is absolutely amazing, and she's going to be telling us this morning a little bit about creating meaning for yourself in this world. Brian, take it away.
Good morning, Alexanne. Welcome back to Good Day, Nevada.
Good morning, you two. It's wonderful to be here. Good morning, everyone out there who's watching.
Yeah, it's so great to have you. And to be able to follow up a bit on our last conversation 2 weeks ago, and we're going to be having you every other week here on Good Day Nevada. And so for our inaugural show, you introduced everybody to what NLP is and a bit of the history of it. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about how that plays into our understanding of thought and everything, right? So would you tell us a bit about that today?
Sure, I would love to. And I'm going to talk about a concept in NLP called your model of the world. Every single one of us has a way that we perceive the world, or what we call reality. And that reality comes from how we process information internally, and often what we call internal representations in NLP. One of the things that's really fascinating is that there's so much information that comes to us, and the numbers differ all over the place, but Encyclopedia Britannica says that we get 11 million bits of information per second, and that our mind can only process 50 bits per second. That's deleting that stuff down to almost nothing to go from 11 million to 50. And the way that we do that is that we delete, distort, or generalize that information that comes in. And deleting means if it doesn't apply to me, I don't pay any attention to it. Not everybody, but most people have had the experience of, like, I'm going to buy a white car or a blue car or a red car, and you're so excited, and all of a sudden everything on the street is a white car, or you notice every blue car, or you notice every red car. All of a sudden, now you're not deleting that information anymore. Distorting means we blow the information way out of proportion. Over the top it goes, we embellish it. And we're going to talk a little bit in the future about story versus what happened. Our stories get way blown, and we focus on that and miss all the rest of the information. And generalization means that we just make a blanket statement about how the world is, or how people are, or how everything should go. Everyone, all, they, never, I, always. Those words just make a blanket statement, and we believe that to be true. But in NLP, we say something that's really powerful, and that is that the map is not the territory. So if you can imagine looking at a map of Nevada, you can see a representation of what it is. However, it is not the reality of Nevada. You can see mountains, but when you're driving through those mountains, it has a completely different experience. So so the map is not the territory. It's really important to recognize that your reality comes from your life experiences. So we take all that information, delete it, distort it, generalize it, all those bits, narrow it down to 50 bits a second. In it goes inside of us from the very first time we can ever experience an emotion or a feeling. And that's before we even have language. The very first time you experience anger, you don't have a word for it most of the time. You're experiencing it before you have language. So we get all that language, and then what we do is we take it in, we make it represent something, and then we get what we like to call pearls. You recognize, anger, that's the same as this, and you attach them like pearls on a necklace. Anger, fear, guilt, sadness, happiness, joy, love, passion, excitement, all of those things we attach those pearls. We call those inner representations. And those internal representations, we make them mean something. And this is the part that's so powerful. Human beings are meaning-making machines. If this mind isn't busy working or solving a problem, it's going to make meaning out of everything. And most of the time, what it makes the meaning out of, whatever it is that it's making meaning out of, is negative. So it's going to tell you something negative about yourself. It's going to tell you something negative about your situation, life in general, other people, on and on it goes. So what you want to start to recognize as you're starting to plan your future and move out into 2021 is, what meaning are you making? Look up deletion, distortion, generalization. Find out a little more information about that, and notice how your mind tells you that the map that you have of your life is actually the reality, and start to question that.
Yeah. Such a great tip and an understanding of how we make memories, how we create meaning in our lives. Alexanne, thank you again for joining us today. And to all of our viewers out there, you can get more information about Alexanne and 2021 vision and all of these things in deeper detail at gooddaynevada.com, right on the 2021 Vision channel. We'll talk to you again in a couple weeks, Alexanne.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we will be back with more Good Day Nevada right after this message from our sponsors.